Welcome to And the Tigers News. I'm Alexis Richer. Thanks for checking in with us today for the news we've been following for you. President Donald Trump and House leaders are revving up pressure on bulky conservative and other Republican lawmakers as crunch time approaches on the party's health care overhaul bill, a drive GOP leaders concede they can't afford to lose. A day before the House planned votes on the measure, Trump was expected to continue hunting support for what would be a significant achievement for his young presidency. But underscoring the bill's uncertain fate, a senior administration official said that 20 to 25 House Republicans remained opposed or undecided. That's a grave figure since united Democratic opposition means the measure crashes if 22 GOP lawmakers vote no. Locally, Congressman John Katko has stated publicly he will vote no on the bill. Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch declared Tuesday he's made no promises to Donald Trump or anyone else about how he'll vote on abortion or other issues, and testified he'll have no trouble as a justice holding anyone accountable, including the president who picked him. Gorsuch also called Trump's attacks on federal judges, quote, disheartening and demoralizing. During the long second day of his Senate confirmation hearings, Gorsuch made two other notable statements in response to questions from members of the Judiciary Committee, and both also related to Trump, who nominated him. President Donald Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, secretly worked for a Russian billionaire to advance the interests of Russian President Vladimir Putin a decade ago and proposed an ambitious political strategy to undermine anti-Russian opposition across former Soviet republics, according to the Associated Press. The work appears to contradict assertions by the Trump administration and Manafort himself that he never worked for Russian interests. Manafort proposed in a confidential strategy plan as early as June 2005 that he would influence politics, business dealings, and news coverage inside the United States, Europe, and the former Soviet republics to benefit the Putin government, even as U.S.-Russia relations under Republican President George W. Bush grew worse. North Korea's latest missile launch ended in a failure on Wednesday as the United States sent a supersonic bomber streaking over ally South Korea in a show of force against the North, officials said. The reported launch failure comes as the North angrily reacts to the ongoing annual U.S.-South Korean military drills that have used as an invasion rehearsal. Earlier this month, North Korea fired 4 ballistic missiles that landed in waters off Japan, triggering strong protests from Seoul and Tokyo. The American military detected what assessed as a failed North Korean missile launch on Wednesday morning, the U.S. said. A 74-year-old Massachusetts man living in a public housing for the elderly faces drug trafficking charges after police say they found cocaine valued at about $150,000 in his unit. Police say they found about 1,300 grams, or nearly 3 pounds, of cocaine in the man's apartment on Friday. Police say they also found roughly 450 grams, or more than a pound, of marijuana and an extensive coin collection. A new weather pattern has dropped our temperatures like a stone. How long will the cold blast last? Here's Mr. Charbonneau with the forecast.
We hope that the bright skies didn't fool you this morning, because it's cold out there, and with a stiff breeze it feels even colder. A quick-hitting clipper system came through the area late last night and dropped our temperatures, along with a little dusting of snow. Now, the winds continue into tonight before the skies clear out, meaning lower temperatures could fall into the single digits. We wake up very cold for Thursday morning before temperatures begin to moderate somewhat. Thursday will be a bright, sunny day, and we'll feel some relief from those winds. We're looking at some data now that indicates some moisture's on the way late Thursday night into Friday morning. Now, that moisture might begin as some freezing rain before changing all to rain later in the day on Friday. So, Friday morning's commute looks like it could be a little iffy. Right now, the weekend looks wet. Wet on Saturday, maybe some more freezing rain Saturday night before switching back to all rain Saturday afternoon. That's the forecast. We hope you have a great day.
The U.S. clinched a berth in the World Baseball Classic title game for the first time. Here's Josh with the news and sports.
Luke Gregerson's final strike breezed past Nobuhiro Matsuda, and the rain-drenched American players celebrated on the field while a soaked crowd roared through the evening mist. Brandon Crawford scored the tie-breaking run when Matsuda bobbled Adam Jones' grounder to third in the 8th inning, and the United States reached the WBC final for the first time by beating Japan 2-1 on Tuesday night at rainy Dodger Stadium. The U.S. team will take on Puerto Rico tonight for the WBC title. And speaking of the Puerto Rico and the WBC, pharmacies and beauty stores across Puerto Rico are running out of hair dye as a growing number of men go blonde in support of the island's baseball players who bleach their hair as a bonding ritual ahead of the World Baseball Classic. What began as a joke among team members playing in California has spread across the island in a trend that spiked Tuesday, just hours after Puerto Rico beat the Netherlands in 11 innings to reach the championship game undefeated in the tournament, which is held every 4 years. Copper blonde, platinum blonde, golden blonde, all shades of blonde, even burnt orange are all turning heads in a U.S. territory where the majority of men have thick, dark hair and are now getting teased about looking like Ken dolls. Sticking with baseball, the New York Yankees shortstop Didi Gregorius is expected to miss the first month of the regular season because of a strained right shoulder. Yankees general manager Brian Cashman said Tuesday that Gregorius is likely to be sidelined 6 weeks. Opening day for the Yankees is April 2nd at Tampa Bay. Gregorius was hurt while turning a double play for the Netherlands in an exhibition game Saturday against Arizona in preparation for the World Baseball Classic semifinals. He returned to the Yankees spring camp this week. The timetable for Gregorius would have him back in the lineup in early May. And finally, just a reminder that the NCAA men's basketball tournament fires up again beginning tomorrow. Michigan, while they take on Oregon, Purdue and Kansas square off while West Virginia and Gonzaga hook up and Arizona and Xavier meet. All these games are on Thursday night. The other Sweet 16 games are on Friday. That's a quick look at sports. I'm Josh.
There will be a regional awareness program for young drivers on Wednesday, March 29th, 7 p.m. at City Campus. The Spring Blood Drive, sponsored by the Mexico NHS, will be held on March 30th in the high school gym. Sign up to donate with Mr. Deckman. On Thursday, March 30th at 7 o'clock in the Mexico Elementary Gym, there will be a Mexico cheerleading showcase. Seniors, $30 deposits are due to Mr. Charles for the senior trip by April 7th. That's all for us today. We'll be back at it on Thursday. With the staff of On the Tigers News, I'm Alexis Richer. Have a great day.